every day we greet our students at the door with a warm welcome, usually a hug, and every day they leave our classroom with that warm hug too.
Also, we have a morning meeting every day, and at morning meeting, the students greet one another, and we do different types of greetings. And then we also have a share time where they might share one thing that they did at home, or we have certain students share every day, and then we have students that might ask them questions about their share.
Hannah, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. So, one of the key suggestions for building strong relationships in the classroom is viewing parents and families as key resources. Can you talk to us a bit about how you make that a reality in your classroom?
I think I try to incorporate the community as much as possible, either getting speakers in to talk to the kids or getting them out in the field to actually do the things that we're learning about. And I feel that that gives them that sense of what community looks like and how to get involved in the hopes that they continue on for their entire life.
Strategies for building relationships. So Jen, talk to us a little bit about how you define and teach routines and provide that structure for your students here in the kindergarten classroom.
We start with that right away on day one, just to set that structure and that routine up so they can be successful and know exactly what to expect and know exactly how to do things. And I always do that. We start with one or two things at first, and I model it and explain what we're going to do and how we're going to do it and why. And then they get chances to practice and practice and practice and watch others do it as well. So I model it, one of the students model it, and then we practice, and then we revisit that day in and day out until we get it, and then we move on to something new, whether that's lining up, or how we use the bathroom, or how we sit on the rug, or how we transition from the rug to our tables, those kind of things.
I do an attendance question every day, so every kid gets to answer and share something about themselves. In the beginning of the school year, it's very much just getting to know them. And then as we go, the attendance questions can turn into more academic things. But you can kind of feel when the class needs to either vent or talk about something, or if something important happens in the school, we can use that time to really kind of air our feelings, and they know that that's a safe place to do that. So I use attendance question with every class daily.
I think it's really important. One of my favorite things is to just make sure that I'm there to greet the kids when they walk in the door, because no matter what they're coming from, they may have just had a rough test or a difficult time in the hallway or a great class, but I want to make sure that they're walking into my classroom with like a fresh perspective and knowing that we're there to get some learning done, have a great time, that they're welcome in there, and that they can leave anything outside of the classroom that doesn't need to be in there so that we can start fresh every day.
We think Ms. Rockhill's a great teacher because she makes math fun. She doesn't leave us hanging around and not think about us, and just let them do whatever and have them get the answer wrong.
Well, she does have rules, and we always have to earn our things, so she's not one of those teachers that always just make us work and we don't get any prizes or things like that, but she's also not one of the teachers that doesn't have any expectations.
She's like one of those teachers, like she doesn't like, I don't know how to explain it, but like she makes it so if we do the work, we can, like, there's like this game we play, it's called Make 24, like we're allowed to do that, so it's like a fun game, it's kind of like competitions, but you have to earn that privilege by doing your work and paying attention.
One of the biggest things that I do in my classroom is I have something called a Hangry Bowl, and it's just a plastic little basket. It's filled once a month by me with food, healthy snacks of course, just because I know what the kids need. And it's there. Kids sometimes don't eat breakfast, or they don't like eating breakfast at 10 o'clock. It's there for when they need it. They grab one item a day until it's out. But the kids do know that if it is out, they're more than welcome to bring snacks in here. I have a couple students who will bring in extra produce from their farms, or just, hey, Mrs. M, my mom made extra cookies, can I put them in the basket? And I'm totally okay with it. It opens to the idea that it's their classroom too. But when the Hangry Bowl is empty and maybe there's nobody who really has anything, there are a few students that will come and talk to me, and I always have something for them, whether it's an issue going on at home, or whether it's an issue just with them. By 2:30 they're really hungry and they can't concentrate. I always have something going for them, because just that idea that they can come and talk to me when there's a need is a big part of my classroom.
Yeah, my brothers, my dad, they're all veterans, but none of them fought in wars. But I know many, many veterans who did fight in wars. My grandpa, my uncle, I mean, a lot of veterans that come in each year. So.
Sue and Jess have exemplified what it means to build a strong sense of community. So I thought I would ask from you two, what do you think is attributed to their success at building such a strong sense of community in their classroom?
One thing we think is that they build strong relationships with their students.
And by doing that, not only do they build strong relationships, but they also run what we consider a tight classroom where they have high expectations for their students while still making learning fun and keeping them accountable for not only their actions and behavior, but their academic progress as well.
Okay.
They also are very good at opening the creative lines and creativity of their students and letting them have that freedom as well. Not only with writing and math, but as well as with project-based learning as well.